there's sometimes in your life when those bittersweet decisions come where you know that you have to do something, but you don't want to do it, but you know it's the best thing for you. This was probably the biggest moment of that type of in my life, right? Because I knew that I wanted to be a trumpet player, and I knew that I wanted to teach trumpet and to perform. But I knew that I realized then that if I continued down the path that I was going, that I was not going to be able to sustain that dream. And that belief solidified for me when I went and took a lesson with another professor. At the time we were in the middle of a search for a new trumpet professor at our school. And so we had a couple of adjunct professors kind of sharing the load. And I went to one of their houses to take a lesson. And I'll never forget that lesson because it changed my outlook on my recovery and my career as a trumpet player and my life forever. She showed me that basically the efficient way to play the trumpet, and that playing the trumpet does not have to be as physically intense as lifting weights or like a long workout is. Because up to that point, I thought that, the more air that you put into the horn, the bigger your sound is going to be and the best it's going to sound. And for some people that may work, but for me, that definitely wasn't going to work, especially with things that were going on with my embouchure at the time. But I don't want to necessarily get into the technical stuff because I know that doesn't necessarily apply to everyone out there. That you guys, all of you guys that are listening, aren't trumpet players. So, but the principle that I learned is that playing a musical instrument does not have to be something that is kind of a weight on my shoulders, a necessary weight, but it doesn't have to be that way. And that I learned that in that lesson, that the way that I was going, I remember this clear as day because I honestly believe, so I'm a Christian, and I believe that my Savior was telling me through his Spirit, teaching me these things because he wanted me to succeed. He wanted me to be a trumpet player and or to do what I loved, more importantly, and to help others in their quest to do what they love. And what I felt like he was telling me was that he said, "Clark, I love that you were doing this, that you're working so hard. I love that you're working so hard, but the way that you were going was hurting you. And because of who you are, the stubborn guy that you are, you needed a stumbling block to wake you up. You needed a wake-up call. And this was your wake-up call that I chose to give you. And this is what I have planned for you." And when I kind of saw my potential learning this new technique on the trumpet and also in my life, I saw kind of the person who I could become and how I could use that to help other people and be able to take what I've learned and apply it to all facets of my life. That trumpet could be something that enriched my life, that taught me a bunch of life lessons about different areas of life, like relationships, or physical health, mental health, and things like that. And then, like I said, I would be able to use that to help other people. And that's something that I really believe that all of us who are going through injury, one of the reasons that we've been given that experience is to be able to help other people going through it. I think we're all on this earth to learn how to help each other and to love each other. And I firmly believe that one day we will give an accounting to God or whatever you believe, but that we will kind of be held accountable for what we chose to do and how we chose to use our experiences. And so that experience basically taught me to. It was the beginning of me learning how to trust the process.